Evdoxia and you're watching Doxy Can Make. Welcome back, or welcome if it is your first time watching. And in today's episode, I think you can already tell what we're going to be talking about from the pile next to me. We're going to be talking about everything that I have made in 2024. I know that I might be a little bit too late because people were making this in December and January, and here I am in the end of February. But doesn't really matter. I think it will be fun to discuss it still. And in total I have made 18 and a half pieces. But you might wonder, Doxy, how can you have like 18 and a half? Well, I have only finished one sock from a pair, so this is where the half is going. But I thought it would be fun also to include it since I have finished it, even though the pair is not done. But what I'm also wearing today, I'm wearing my tomato sweater by Studio Clara that I was very glad to test knit. And that's actually the first FO for 2025, and I'm talking about it in my knitting podcast number 1. If you want to go and check it out, I have made it out of Novita 7 Brothers or 7 veljestä in all of it, and it includes duplicate stitch that I super love, and we have one more project to talk about it in this pile here. But we are going to be talking about it with on categories, and we're going to be starting with accessories. Accessories, here they are. I think I've made like a very good progress with accessories this year. So I have made one shawl, 3 or 4 beanies, but just only the 3 of them are here, and one sock, and that is the half from there. And I'm going to be starting with the sock. So this is the Anémona sock from Ansah, Kotikotoni on Instagram, that I had the lovely chance to test knit, and it has very nice details with cabling and this wraparounds and beading through the back of the loop. It has very nice details that I super love, and I really like the final result, and especially in the colorway that I made it, which is a little bit special. It is from Laurel Knits in her Super Sock Merino, in a special colorway that she dyed in 2023 for the first ever event of Helsinki Urban Yarn Fest. I think this might be Huga Helsinki, but I'm not quite sure. I will put it up. Yeah, and this sock was my first time after in a very long time that I have done again a toe-up sock, which I did it when I started learning how to make socks, and I really didn't like it at all, almost destroyed my hands. But this had exactly the opposite result. I really liked it, I really liked the fit, and I'm more excited to make toe-up socks, because usually in the past I will just avoid them. I will see toe-up sock and I'm like, okay, not for me, because I would do cuff down. But I really liked the fit and everything, so I should finish the pair, because I've realized that I like wearing woolen socks, but maybe I'm not the huge sock knitter, but someone has to make them so I can wear them. But yeah, I guess I will get there, who knows. But that was the only sock that I actually finished in 2024. Quite sad, I would say. I should make more socks. Maybe something that I will work on this year. But then we have my hats. On the hats category, I will go more chronologically. And we have these 2 hats. These are self-drafted patterns from me. I think I named them the finishing line Beanie because of the checkered pattern, and it reminds me of the flag that you have in Formula 1 that they are waving, or in general in this kind of racing competitions, and because of the color that I made my first sample. And I started it when it was Army Yarn had a knit along last January, February for hats, and I had the yarn from them, and I decided to just participate, and I came up with this checkered pattern. And then I was thinking that I will make it into a pattern, but somehow some time along the road I decided against it, Let me know maybe if it's something that you would like to see. The difference here is the decreases that I did, and I think these decreases I liked more. And I made my second sample with Laurel Knits Again yarn of the base Laurentino in the two different pinks. It was a new base that launched last year in February 2024, and I was happy to try it, and I have knit other, even a garment with it. And that was it for the finishing beanie. I don't have anything else to say. I have been wearing them a lot. That's the thing that I can say for sure. And last but not least on the hats, I have this quite special beanie, which is called the Lokki beanie, that we designed together with Jennu, my friend and co-founder over at the Helsinki Urban Yarn Fest, as our first pattern for the association. Lokki in Finnish means seagull, and we named it like that because the pattern has the stitches, one of our main symbols in the association, that was designed by Camille Romano, our graphic designer and friend, that resembles both stitches but also the seagulls that we have quite a lot of them in the Helsinki area. So my first sample was made with Tukuwool Fingering and Tukuwool Silk Mohair for the launch of Silk Mohair as a new base for Tukuwool, and it was in peony pink. Unfortunately I don't have the sample because we keep it for the association, but I have made one for myself as well, just to test how it will work with different yarns. And the base is Prue yarns. I don't remember the colorway. I was given the skein by Jennu together with the brassed alpaca as well. That was Kaos yarn, and it worked quite fine as well. And I have been wearing all of my beanies this time around, but I will put some pictures also from the pink one that I managed to do before I turned it over to keep it for the association. But that's it for beanies. I didn't even make a single one to gift this year. I have plans though, because I'm still owning to my partner's family some hats for Christmas, so that will be something that I will be making. But the piece that I'm very, very excited to say that I have finished in 2024 is my participation on the Mr. Knit Along shawl making of Stephen West. And why I'm so excited to have finished it, it is because I don't have a very good track record of finishing the Mr. Knit Along shawls. And this is the first one, after years and years of participating, that I have finished it in the year of 2024 and in the timeline that Stephen gives. So I finished in the second or third week of November, which is a very first to me, and I'm very happy about it. This is half of the size. The sole itself, it's quite big, and you cannot see me anymore, but that is okay. It's quite big, it's more on the part of a slanket. I did all of the sections and extra sections that he gave as well, because I had the yarn. The other part why I'm so happy that I have made it, it was because most of it was made with stash and scrap yarn. So the green part, this brat green if you can call it, it's from my Mílo cardigan, and it's Austerman merino lace merino that I held double, much as I did on my cardigan as well. And then this one was the orangey one, peachy orange, is a Westcool bicycle that was also gifted to me by Jennu. This purple was a random one skein that I have bought from in Filconalatilia, just random there. And you can see the Tukuwool Fingering that I had leftovers from my Lokki beanie, the first one, and a little bit of the second that I had leftovers from the brassed alpaca. I'm very happy, and I have been wearing it a lot. Happy that I persevered this these lovely triangles, but there were a lot of them. It has a lot of mistakes, but I don't think you can see them, so it doesn't really matter. I improvised as I went. Goal was to keep going, so I think I succeeded. And it's so big, so when I was going to Greece for the Christmas holidays, one of my flights were very early in the morning, and I wanted to sleep because I was so tired. So what I did is I didn't have a pillow for the flight that a lot of people have. So I just took like my shawl, I tied it around my neck, and I tried to sleep. It kind of worked because it's so big that it gives the support. Not maybe as comfortable as a normal airplane pillow would be, but it did the trick, and I managed to get some sleep in my first flight. Yeah, I said that I don't have a good track record with shawls. I have been trying to participate since 2018. 2019 went horribly. 2019 I participated again, but I finished my shawl in 2020. 2021 I skipped because I thought that I learned my lesson, but in 2022, 2020 I joined again, and I did quite well. I just have like the last section that has around 900 stitches, and I need to connect like more cables because it's impossible in the 100 centimeter. I bought 150 cable just because of this project, so hopefully it will help, and I have connectors to connect even like a 61. So 2020 I joined again. 2021 I thought that I learned my lesson from the 3 years trying to participate, and I didn't participate. 2022 I participated again. I really liked it. I tried to stay on track. I didn't in the end. I think I'm in section 3 or 4, something like that. I would like though to finish it. 2023 I didn't participate because I thought that I don't have the time. I have a lot of other test knits to make at the time, so yeah. But 2024 I decided, and it was the golden year that I managed to participate and to finish in the given like timeline. Not given, but yeah, I think there's some kind of prizes if you finish it before the end of November, something like that. But I did, and that was all for accessories. I would say it was quite a good year with. We have here 4.5 pieces, but 5.5 pieces in total. Next up, we're gonna be going over my tops and a dress, because I only have made one dress and I didn't want to have it like as its own category. So I combined it together with dresses. So top and dresses. We have here the tops and one dress. So I have made in 2024, I made 3 tops and 1 dress. And my first one, we're gonna go a little bit chronologically as well. It is the Hearless top by Jaeger, if I'm pronouncing this correctly. If I'm not, I'm very sorry. Midnight Knits, if I'm not mistaken, on Instagram. And it's the Hearless top, and it's called like that because it has a heart cut out, and that was the selling point for me. When I saw it on Emma's Instagram, I completely wanted. I was waiting like for the pattern when it will come out, and then she had a test call and I answered it. Actually, all of my tops are tests now that I think about it, other than the dress that was just a self-drafted one. Originally, I thought that it would be cool like to make it for my Taylor Swift The Eras Tour concert in Stockholm, but then I decided against it because in order for the heart to stay in place, you insert metal wiring, so I was afraid that maybe when I go through the metal detectors I'm gonna start beeping, and I wanted to avoid that. So I didn't wear it, but other than that I have been wearing it a lot. It has a very nice fitting and very nice details, like here with folded rim, double knitting on the sleeve part instead of ribbing, and a folded neckline as well. I made it with Lana Gatto Super Soft, if I'm not mistaken, And if you have watched my colors video, I'm talking about some yarns that I bought to have them together, to use them together, but then in the end I decided not to make that project, and I used the yarn in a different way. So that's one of the yarns, and another one is coming over to the pullovers. But yeah, I would totally recommend. I really like it. It became one of my favorite things like to wear, and I reach quite for it a lot, and wear it can be like layered, can be wear alone, so it's very nice. I would recommend. Yeah, so that was the Hearless top. It's a little bit hard to. Next we have my Dianthus, should hold it like this. Next we have my Dianthus top by Emma Meyer, Emma Knits, that I test knitted for her. It's a very nice summer top and layering piece, I have to say, with nice details and peplum, and that was completely up my alley. The yarn is Pasquale. I don't remember which base. It's Pasquale, which I think it's cotton silk. I will put all of the details again up, and it was kindly sponsored by Pasquale. Thank you again for the test knit, for all of the test knitters, not only me. And why is it like layering piece? Because I have been wearing it as it is on its own, but also with on top of shirts, dresses, and it's a very nice pattern, I would say. I really like, I think you could see that I really like Emma's pattern in general, and I have been testing a lot of them. Thank you so much, Emma. And I'm quite of a cotton person, I have to say. Like, it's disclaimer, because these two are made out of cotton and one pullover. Because originally I'm from Greece, and in order to wear like stuff that I have made during the warmer months or the super warm months, need to make it from some more from other natural material like cotton that have a little bit of higher breathability and doesn't bring that much of a warmth as maybe a woolen garment would have bring. I know that there are some people that also live in the south of Europe, that, or the south in general, that they say that even cotton makes them a little bit warm, but I'm not like this kind. I'm not this person. Wool, it's quite nice for me, like in the summer. Maybe if it is 42 degrees, but if it's like 42 degrees, nothing you wear would be good enough. But that goes to the next top that I test knitted for Sari Nordlund, which is the Sierra top, if I'm not mistaken. It is made out of cotton. I used like drops that I had just in my stash. That was stash yarn, so that's another piece, nice piece from that, and my favorite part. I just saw randomly, I saw this combination as I was looking through my stash if I had enough like to make the top, and in the end I didn't have enough of the yellow, so maybe you could see like at some point that the yellow gets a little bit more prominent. That's because I used Sandnes Mandarin Petite in a yellow, and it also has very lovely details. I think this is I-cords on the armholes and around the neckline, and it should have like a folded rim, but because apparently I don't know how to read, I thought that it will be like that, the ending, so I didn't fold it inside. But I quite like it, to be honest, like that. I think it adds some character. I think I will be maybe blocking it a little bit more so it stays. But yeah, I've also worn it out, and I can wait to wear it more this spring, summer. Yeah, I love when you change like your clothes from winter to autumn, winter to spring, summer, and then you get to rediscover what kind of clothes you have packed away from those months, and the same when it happens from autumn, winter, because then you start having like ideas of what kind of other combination you have made, so it's always fun. I like that part. But last and not least, it is a dress that I have made, have self-drafted, that has a little bit like a frill and a v-neck. The idea of that came completely randomly. I was with my mom, that she was visiting me in the end of August, and I asked her, do you want to go to the yarn shop? She was like, yeah, of course. My mom also makes stuff, mostly crochet. So we went to the yarn shop, and I have told her like some months ago that I don't think brown suits me, and my mom just straight up told me, you're wrong. Nothing else, like, you're wrong. I'm like, okay ma'am, I guess I'm wrong. And I was wrong, I have to say that, I was wrong. Because I chose, like when we went to the yarn shop to see yarn and then we ended up buying yarn, I decided to go like with this alpaca. It's drops, brushed alpaca and drops alpaca held together, one strand of each. And I wanted originally to do either a v-neck sweater or a turtleneck sweater, I don't remember, one of those. But then out of nowhere, an idea like came to me that, oh, a dress with a frill in the end. And you have seen my previous episodes from last year, like from 2023, I've also made a dress during my Vlogmas, not a dress, a skirt with a frill. So it's quite like a similar story here. I really liked it, what I have made, and I have been wearing it a lot. And because you can wear it as a dress and put like shirts, t-shirts underneath, or like light. I have even put my mílo cardigan, but you can also fake like a skirt out of it, because I have put on like my lento pullover or this, and it just like fakes it as a skirt. So it's quite versatile, quite warm and soft, very nice. I'm glad that I made it, and I learned like a lot during making it. So if I have to make it again, I know what I would change. I think I will change how I did the increases for the bottom part of there. But I did add a little bit of short rows in the back, so it is longer, a bit longer on the back, so the bum is covered a little bit better. So yeah, and it was my first time doing this kind of v-neck, so very excited. But that was all from tops and a dress, so 3 tops and 1 dress. Actually no, this is not all, because there is one thing that I don't have here, because I gifted it to my sister. I will put here pictures or here of my beautiful sister wearing her modified holiday sleepover. She has sent me somewhere in the December of 2023, she sent me a picture of a sleepover that she found, like she saw in a store that had like ties on the side, and I told her like, you know what, I can make it for you. I can modify it like a pattern. So I used as a base the holiday sleepover by Petit Knit, and I did some adjustments. The first adjustment was like not to have such a huge armhole because we're gonna have the ties. And then was not to continue in the round, but that's to divide after 2 or 3 rows, to divide them from front and back, and to do the ties. I have some things that I would have changed on the ties. I did double knitting ties, which I think would have been a little bit, they were a little bit heavy in the end. I don't remember if I used 1 or 2 strands and then the mohair. I used drops air and drops silk mohair in pink. My sister chose the color, we chose it together. I didn't influence her as well. But yeah, I think that's the ties I would have changed. I think I would have only done 1 strand of drops air and 1 strand of mohair, and in smaller needles. That would be the only thing that I would change. But my sister liked it and she has been wearing it, so that's the only thing that matters. So that concludes the tops that I have made for 2024. Oh, pullovers, sweaters, call it whatever you want. This year I've made only 4. So together with my tops, that's kind of like the biggest category. This year now I realize that I haven't made at all anything like as a bottom. In 2023 I made 2 skirts and one two skirts and pants, my Copenhagen pants by Milan Paulina that I love. But anyways, we're here to talk about my sweater pullovers. The first one, it is a self-drafted one that I made based and inspired by a Loewe pullover that I saw online, and it is from Drops. I used Drops Melody and in big needles. I think I used big needles 8. So it is quite light. It's actually very light, but it can be very, very warm. And I have enjoyed a lot like wearing it because I have layered it, I have wear it on its own, quite versatile. And I don't know if you can see it, but as you go like up and up, the stripes get smaller and smaller. And I quite liked it. I don't think it turned out exactly as the Loewe one, but as I said, it was more of an inspiration one. And originally I have wanted to put a yellow I-cords here that would spell my name, but then I got bored of doing that. But maybe I will, and I liked it empty, but maybe I will. Let me know what you think in the comments. Or maybe I can make another one and add the I-cords there. But I think it's a fun, like, kind of an idea of adding something here. So, yeah. It is a very light one, but a very warm one, and has like white sleeves. It had a lot of learning points because I self-drafted this, and I think it was my first attempt of drafting a pullover. At the same time, I put this this aside, and I was making somewhere. I'm trying to remember now which came first. I think this one came first, as how I started it, and finished it around the same time maybe. So this was a test knit for Knitonomy, Magdalena, and it is the grayling sweater that I test knitted for her. The yarn that I used was Kremke wool Merino 110 that I was gifted by Kremke. Thank you so much once again. And I had it in my stash, and I wanted to do Kevin from Home Alone inspired sweater at first, but then I started doubting myself that, oh, can I make it? It's going to be too complicated, la 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 la, so yarn stayed there. But then I saw that from Magdalena, and I completely fell in love with the big cables that it have, because I thought that having like big cables that they don't repeat, like the twist doesn't repeat so soon, like after 4 rows or 6 rows, might be something that will make me knit cable things, and it did. This was made in 5.5. I went a little bit down on the needle size, but to use like the yarn, and it was a perfect fit because the yarn is quite soft, very warm, and the design is it's very, very nice. I have been enjoying a lot like wearing it. Unfortunately, I think I finished it somewhere in April, so the weather started being quite warmish from our standards here in Finland, so I didn't get to wear it, but thankfully autumn came again and I was able to wear it. But it is a very lovely one, and I have styled it in different ways, and over on my Instagram I think I have a reel how I style it, and it was fun, and you can dress it up and you can dress it down, anything really. Another stash, I think, no, this I acquired yarn for it, but everything else was a little bit like of a stash. So next one is my Stripe Hype sweater by Kutova Kika, Veronica Lindberg, or Kika, and this is completely made out of leftovers and stash cotton yarn that I had. So here I can see my 2 Selena tops that I made for Emma, Ulala top from Kika, a sweater and skirt that I have made like with that. So I had like a lot, like Perfect. I decided to do, yeah, I didn't follow the pattern because the pattern has like, you have different contrast colors, and the main color, I just did it all with scrap yarns that I had all over and tried to be quite unique with the repetition and how I choose yarns. And I think that was the start of my obsession with blue and reds and everything that followed. You know what I talk about, I mentioned it, my obsession with those colors in my colors video. And the sleeves, I decided to go completely off. I didn't want to follow the same sequence that I did on the body, so I went off chart and I chose this sequence. And then on the other side, I decided to reverse the sequence. It was very fun to make, and I have been wearing it a lot, I have to say. It has, mostly it's cotton, but it has a little bit of a merino inside. So it is a little bit spring, summer, it's like all year long really. And I have also made a reel on how to style that as well. I really enjoyed it. At first I think I got down like all of my cotton yarn, and I made some stories even about it, because why though? I don't know, I just got them out and I was thinking, what if can I do something about it? I was thinking of self-drafting something, but then I decided, since I had the pattern from Kika, that I have purchased it, I will make that, and I'm very glad that I did. I have omitted also the other thing that I did was I omitted the decreases on the body. So I just made it straight and everything else as the pattern calls for. Last on the sweater category, it is my lentil sweater. This was a complete impulsive cast on. This is the other yarn that I said that I had together with my Hearless top, that I decided to pair it with a mohair that is a little bit more warm, so it fits me. So this is made with Lana Kaos Super Soft, if I'm not mistaken, and Nuria Silk Mohair in the colorway Tikeri Silma, which is like Eye of the Tiger. And it is my first lento ever. And I don't think it's going to be the last one. I really understand why people make it again and again. And Lento is made by Jonna Helin, originally published in Line magazine 10 or 11, but now you can also purchase it as an individual pattern. So I really understand the hype. I started it impulsively because I've seen like some people like making it. It was also the knit along, Lento Love knit along back in April, that Jonna was hosting together with Labianemi, if I'm not mistaken. And I would open my Instagram and my feed, on my feed, every other post was a Lento. So I was like, okay, I'm completely influenced, I will make it. I cast it on back in April, but I didn't touch it for a long time. And then I have finished something. I think maybe I finished like the sole, and I wanted to finish this, and I picked it up and started knitting because it's like very mindless. When I finished, then I have been wearing it a lot since I have. It's very soft. I didn't gauge swatch, I just like completely eyeballed it. I think I made it in size 3 because my yarn is, my base yarn is thicker, is a DK weight than the fingering that the pattern calls for. But I think I might have in my stash also in fingering, and I would like to try it out for sure. So this is my Lento, and together with my Lento, my first but not my last, it concludes all the Pullovers. Of course I have casted on more that I haven't finished. Even the majority of my tomato sweater were made in December of 2024, and my calendula as well, but since I have finished them like in 2025, I count them for that year. But 4 lovely sweaters for 2024 were done, and I couldn't be more happy. Alright, last but definitely not least, cardigans. I discovered in 2023 that I need more cardigans, and I think I have succeeded of making more of them. So let's see what I have made in 2024 in terms of cardigans. And first one is my Wabi Shabi cardigan by Milena Paulina that I have been loving a lot. The yarn is BC Garn Hamilton Tweed 2 that was kindly sponsored for the test knit, and it's a very nice yarn. I have together, I think, all of my cardigans and a lot of my pieces. I don't think I could say like that I have pieces that I haven't wear a lot. Maybe my summer tops, because yeah, they're more like on the summer. Little mans that we don't have that many, that big summer here in Finland. But yeah, it has like lovely details, and I have worn it to pieces, and I need to do something to lead it like over, because it has a lot of them, but it means that I have used it a lot. The only thing that I would have changed, nothing to the pattern, is my button selection, because it has been just has been going off the button hole, so, and I can't wear it like buttoned down. I just need to be open, because then they just slide. So, but that's honestly my own mistake. Nothing with the garment itself. It's like perfectly oversized. I have wearing so much. Yeah, I'm really happy, and it's so warm that I need like only a thin layer like on top of it. Yeah, Wabi Sabi by Mila Paulina. Wabi Sabi Cardi, I think it's called. But yeah, it is lovely. I really like it, and I chose in a grey because I didn't have a lot of greys, and that was my start of going to build like onto that. I thought that it will also match the skirt I have made in grey, but unfortunately this is a little bit darker than the other. But I have worn them together. It's not really that big of a difference. But yeah, it's fun. I really like it, because then you can combine it with different colors and have like different accents. Anyways, moving on. A very special cardigan. What can I say for this cardigan? So this cardigan is cardigan number 9 by my favorite things knitwear, something like that. And when I saw it, I really liked the design. It has like saddle shoulder construction, very nice fitting, very nice neckline, and I think it's my first time that I made saddle shoulder construction as well. Really enjoyed it, but I have made a lot of kind of like of modifications, and you can see them like a little bit here, because this cardigan was part of my outfit for my concert of the Eras tour in Stockholm. I have added beads first of all as I was knitting, and then I have added pockets, because this we had the information that we were not allowed to have bags in the stadium in Stockholm due to security reasons. So I thought that I need as many pockets as I can get, because I was wearing a skirt. But apart from adding the beads that originally they should have been all over here, but I was so focused on the construction of it that I forgot, so I added them more on the down part. I used my duplicate stitch skills that I learned in 2023, and I put them in the form on the cardigan, as form of different symbols from the different eras. Most of them I have found them like on Pinterest, and some of them I had just like to make them smaller so they can fit. So I had to design them like myself, like in stitch spindle. And I have made in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. Not exactly the number of eras, but I did try my best. I started late. Originally, I was supposed to make the folklore cardigan. But instead of having like months and months to prepare my outfit, I decided to start making it in April. My concert was on the 17th of May, and we were leaving from Finland on the 15th. So yeah, I had a little bit like 40 days or something like that. I made the whole cardigan, the cardigan itself, with the beads, because I put them in as I was knitting, in 2.5 weeks, which was insane. It is made out of, against Novita 7 Brothers, Seitsemän veljestä, in the off-white color, and the yarn that I used like to to do duplicate stitch was different kinds. Like this is Novita as well, but those are kind of similar, like to Novita weights. I used whatever I had that was quite close to the colors of like the albums. So I did a heart for lover, then I did a butterfly for speak now, red lips for red, maple leaf for either folklore or evermore, I don't remember, one of those two. A mirror ball for midnight, a snake for reputation, 1989 for 1989, and Taylor Swift that I have, that is also sparkly, that I basically finished hours before the concert. We went back to the hotel to start getting ready for the concert. I was having a mask on me, and I was literally sewing the last pieces of that. So yeah, it is a very special cardigan for me because I had like an idea and I executed it. Of course, I would have liked to maybe add more, but I kind of like it also like that because it's like what I had on the concert. But of course, nothing stops me from adding more. I have quite some space, like here and here and there, so, and even here. So maybe I do, maybe I don't, and even here on top. But it's super fun. I completely eyeballed the placements of everything of how I started them, and especially on I'm very proud of the snake because I wanted it to be dead center on my back, but a little bit lower, so even when I will ever have, like, again, long hair, it's visible. And when I didn't count anything, whereas for this one I counted, like I put it like in the center. For this one, nothing at all. And when I finished it and I wore it and I saw on the mirror that it was dead center, exactly where I wanted it, I was ecstatic. I couldn't do anything else that night. I still remember it. And then I think my favorite is also this one, the 1899, because I also added the seagulls that the album had, and I love like the color that I chose. And I think it's very prominent. People really like, of course, they see the TS and everything, but this really makes people understand what it is. But yeah, this is my Eras Tour cardigan, or cardigan number 9, heavily, just with some additions. And last but definitely not least is my Mílo cardigan. That is a pattern made by me. I talked about it on my knitting podcast number 1 as well, since I'm making now the second sample, and I've been now grading the pattern, which has been a huge learning curve for me. And the inspiration came when I was visiting for the first time Turku, and since I was there, I went to go to Ilo, which is a yarn shop, and they have their own hand-dyed yarn, Ara yarn, and I saw this, I think it was called Verso, this Verso color, and their Hieno, which is their silk mohair base, and it was the absolute brat color. I was like, I have to have it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but they have 3, I will take all of them. So I took all of them, and then I managed to find something like a very similar apple, like green, a very similar green, and I made it. At first I was looking for designs to use the yarn with, but I didn't find anything, and then I was like, I will design my own, and I started like making, I haven't seen like a cardigan with a collar like that, so I just made it, and I was doubting a lot myself and a lot my skills, but with the help of my friend Noah, Jesse, that they believed in me and said like slowly, one step at a time, and me repeating this to myself, I did. I named it Mílo, and Mílo in Greek means apple. And also I added very appropriate buttons that they are flowers, because the apple trees, when they bloom, they have very nice flowers on them, so I thought that's very appropriate. Yeah, and currently I'm making a second sample, the yarn that I sewed in my knitting episode podcast, and I managed to find the same buttons, and I'm gonna use the same buttons, so I'm so happy. Yeah, so mílo cardigan. Have been wearing it a lot, can't wait. If you were waiting for a test call, it might be coming like in some weeks, 2 maybe weeks around. I would like to think so, and I just can't believe that maybe others might make a pattern that I made for myself, kind of for fun. Insane, it's insane. I will be so happy, and it will be definitely a highlight for 2025. But with mílo cardigan, that concludes all the cardigans that I made in 2024. That was everything that I have made in 2024. Let me know which one was your favorite 2024 make that you made, or one that you really liked from the ones that I have made, or one that you saw and you didn't know and you want to make it as well. Will be very fun. I want to hear your thoughts. It's always like nice to have like a conversation around those stuff. 18.5 pieces, not bad at all. A lot of loved pieces that I could see myself wearing further as the years goes by, and that's what I'm aiming now, like to do, to make pieces that I will be excited like to wear year and year again. And I can wait what I will be making in 2025. I might have already shown you something in the podcast, so hopefully this will be finished this year. But this was all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.